Andrew Siciliano joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. And Drew, you have a way of being in the right place at the right time. Yesterday, you find yourself at Rams-Cowboys practice. What went down?
Yeah, that was 3 rounds of fun. And then they called practice. Actually, you know what? When the Rams called their side of it, and then the Cowboys actually did finish up a little bit on the other field. But that was one of the doozies. I mean, I know we've seen a lot of training camp fights, but this one was good. Yeah, honestly, DJ, we talked about it yesterday a little bit. It really all started on Monday. Des Bryant didn't practice Monday. But he was out there, and he was talking and 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 talking to Tremaine Johnson and Janoris Jenkins and T.J. McDonald, and basically inviting them to fight. And there was some language drop that would be finable and flaggable if it were a game situation. And I was surprised, and I wasn't the only one that was surprised, but a lot of people were surprised that Dez even suited up yesterday. But it should be noted that he was not involved in the first couple of fights. It was on the other field. He had only done individual work. He was off to the side, and it was the Rams offense against the Cowboys defense. And they were the ones that got at it. And then eventually Dez ran right by me, put his helmet on, and jumped in the scrum, as plenty of people did. I mean, the other field emptied and came to the field where the fight was, as usually does happen.
Was he talking with Jerry Jones? I heard somebody throw out there that he was actually on the sidelines just visiting with the owner, and then the fight goes on. Excuse me, boss. Throw my helmet on and go get in the mix.
Yeah, that's what I had heard. I did not see it because, again, he came from behind me and ran past me. So I didn't see, but I did read that he was speaking to the owner. And, again, I was surprised that he was out there yesterday because there was so much chirping the day before that I think some observers had thought, well, it's going to get heated tomorrow. He probably, considering how much talking was done the day before, should not be in uniform. But, again, let's not blame him for this because he didn't start it yesterday. He just got involved in it. And it's the video that I see you guys have on the screen now that everyone's looking at.
Have you thought about maybe just kind of on the side getting a gig with TMZ? Because you're on the golf course, just right? You're just out for a day of golf, and Harrison Ford decides to land his plane a little bit away from you. And now you're just at a football practice, and one of the biggest brawls breaks out. I think there's a little side change for you there, Drew. A little TMZ action.
You know what, dude? I honestly missed some of the better details with this thing because I looked down at my phone to tweet that there was a fight. Seriously. I mean, message to young reporters: watch, take notes, and then report. I looked down at my phone and started furiously typing with my thumbs, which I'm not good at. And I actually missed Dez getting clocked. You know, I saw some of the other fun. I saw, some swings between, I think, Randy Gregory and Greg Robinson and some of the other fun stuff. But I missed Dez getting clocked because I have fat fingers and can't type well.
More pictures. You take more pictures and video at the Harrison Ford crash scene, at the Cowboys-Rams fight, or at the Taylor Swift concert you were at last week, Drew?
You guys, I didn't take any pictures yesterday. I didn't take any pictures yesterday. I did take one photo at the Taylor Swift concert to send to a coworker who shall remain nameless to tell that person that I was at the show. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Andrew, so we did see the fight yesterday actually kind of spill over at one point up against the fence and into some fans. It looked like Rams fans. Any incident there? Because it looked like even some fans got into shoving. Did anything happen along those lines?
You know, Chris, I don't know. That was on the other side from me. I was on the sideline directly in between the two fields. That was on the far side. I didn't hear that anyone got involved, but, the scrum was right up against the fence. It was a good, solid chain link fence. I doubt anyone came over, I'll tell you. There was amazing security. There was a heavy security presence there. So I doubt that anything would have gone down if fans tried to get involved.
Drew, we saw a picture just a minute ago here in the studio of you with Jamie Foxx at Cowboys practice. What are you and Jamie Foxx talking about at Cowboy practice?
Any given Tuesday, DJ.
Willie Beeman reference? Nice.
I went up to introduce myself just because I felt like, I don't know, what else am I doing here? They're just an individual drills. And it's not like total name dropping. And he went, hey, RedZone, I saw you this morning. What was it you guys were talking about? I don't know for certain if he was, actually had seen the show, but he acted as if he had seen the Rich Eisen television/radio program on Audience earlier that day, because he said, what was that thing you guys kept talking about, that controversy thing? And I assume that was the girls softball thing that we spent half the day talking about.
What was your take on the conclusion of that, by the way? The team that was throwing games ends up having to play that team they didn't want to play, ends up losing. What was your take on the way that all ended up?
I'm glad they lost. Which sounds horrible, because I'm like taking pleasure in the torment of 10 and 12-year-old kids. But, for the coach, that is, I'm glad they lost. All
right, on that note, Andrew Siciliano taking a shot at some young kids. We'll let you go on.
That's obviously what I do, clearly.
Hey, I'll see you over at the network, Drew. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Actually, you'll see me in 20 minutes. I left my iPad there on Del Tufo's desk.
Okay.
I'll be coming in to get there.
All right, well, we got some food left over.
All right, beautiful.
All right, see you, buddy.
Goodbye.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.